Album of the year goes to next Kendrick Lamar. Oh, that's Kendrick.
Appreciate y'all. Sis on tour right now. Please come to the show.
This might be the moment Drake truly lost the culture. At the BET Awards, surrounded by legends, streamers, and stars, one silent choice said it all. Cenat, one of the biggest voices online, stood face to face with both icons, and his reaction didn't lie. He didn't choose the flashy one. He didn't choose the desperate one. He chose Kendrick. And what does this mean for Drake? You're about to see why it could change everything. Kendrick didn't just show up. He shut it down. The 25th BET Awards wasn't just another night of trophies. It became the battleground for hip-hop's cultural power shift. Kendrick Lamar made a rare public appearance and walked away with 5 major awards, including Hip Hop Artist of the Year and Album of the Year for GNX. But it wasn't just the wins, it was the energy in the room. Kendrick didn't need gimmicks or viral antics. He stepped into the spotlight with quiet dominance and left with the crowd, the trophies, and the conversation. Meanwhile, all eyes were on Cenat, a streaming giant with influence beyond music. When Kendrick approached, Kai's reaction said everything. Starstruck, humbled. That moment wasn't scripted, it was real. And in contrast to Drake's recent attempts to win Kai's support, it showed who truly holds the culture's respect right now. Kendrick didn't demand loyalty, he earned it. Drake's been chasing Kai's approval like his career depends on it, and maybe it does. While Kendrick earned Kai's respect effortlessly, Drake's been working overtime to secure the same. Over the past few months, Drake has gone out of his way to align himself with streamers like Cenat, dropping into live streams, reacting to criticism, and even reshaping his image to stay relevant with Gen Z audiences. But it's felt forced, especially after Kai openly criticized Drake's music during the rap beef with Kendrick. Their relationship shifted. Drake started doing what he's never done, taking online criticism personally and chasing validation. He didn't just want Kai's support, he needed it, but that hunger backfired. Because when Kai met Kendrick and lit up with admiration, it exposed everything. Drake had been trying to manufacture the moment Kendrick achieved naturally, and that's a nightmare for Drake, to see the influencer he tried so hard to impress choose his biggest rival instead. If you're feeling this shift in hip-hop, if you see what's really happening behind the scenes, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Now let's talk about what happened when Kai and Kendrick finally met. One handshake said more than 1,000 tweets, and it left the room speechless. The moment Cenat came face to face with Kendrick Lamar was brief but explosive. It wasn't staged, it wasn't hype, it was raw. Kendrick simply said hello, and Kai instantly lit up. You could see it in his eyes, in his smile, in the way he froze for a second, like a fan meeting his hero. For someone as confident and dominant as Kai, that kind of starstruck reaction is rare, but it spoke volumes. This wasn't just about music, it was about presence. Kendrick didn't try to win Kai over. He didn't have to. That silent exchange said more than any tweet or stream clip ever could. And with Drake watching from the sidelines, the guy who's been chasing Kai's approval for months, it was a brutal reality check. Because in a room full of stars, Kai's biggest reaction wasn't for Drake. It was for the king. Kendrick didn't just shake hands, he drew the line. While Kendrick greeted Kai with grace, he made a totally different move when it came to Druski. He ignored him, twice, and it wasn't accidental. Druski, a known ally of Drake, has publicly joked about Kendrick's lyrical style and message. So when Kendrick walked past him, without a glance, without a nod, it sent a quiet but clear message. This wasn't pettiness, it was precision. Kendrick knows exactly who stands where in the culture war, while Drake fans tried to spin the moment by calling Druski real for being snubbed. The truth is, Kendrick didn't waste a second on someone who sided with mockery over music. In contrast, Kai was seen smiling, talking, and even being introduced to Kendrick by Sia. The difference in treatment wasn't random. It was Kendrick choosing who to acknowledge and who to leave behind. And that choice shook the room. Drake's mask is cracking, and everyone's watching it happen in real time. Drake's carefully crafted image took another hit, not because of a diss track, but because of how obvious his desperation has become. His every move lately has screamed insecurity, reacting to criticism from Kai, inserting himself into streamer culture, and doing things he once mocked just to stay relevant. The irony? It's all falling flat. When Kai met Kendrick and reacted with pure admiration, it didn't just highlight Kendrick's power, it exposed Drake's weakness. Because no matter how many shoutouts Drake gives or how many DMs he slides into, you can't fake cultural respect. Drake used to be untouchable, but now, the more he chases validation, the more he loses control of the narrative. And in that split-second moment, where Kai chose admiration over allegiance, that's when Drake's grip slipped. The world saw it, the fans felt it, and Kendrick, he didn't even have to try. Sometimes the loudest flex is saying nothing at all. What makes this whole moment so powerful is that Kendrick didn't campaign, didn't stream, didn't post. He simply showed up and the culture responded. While Drake has been loud, Kendrick has been silent, but effective. His presence at the BET Awards wasn't hype beforehand. He didn't need to tease it or turn it into a spectacle. He let the music and the energy speak for itself. And when he walked away with 5 awards, including Album of the Year for GNX, it wasn't just a celebration, it was confirmation. Kendrick isn't chasing relevance, relevance is chasing him. His interactions with Kai weren't calculated. That's why they hit harder. It was authentic admiration meeting earned greatness. In a culture obsessed with noise and clout, Kendrick reminded everyone that real power moves in silence. And in that silence, he overshadowed everything Drake's been trying to scream. Kai didn't say it with words, his face said it all. Cenat didn't make a public statement, he didn't announce a side, but his reaction to Kendrick was the statement, and it was loud. You could see it in real time, the way his eyes lit up, how he fanned out instantly, and the quiet respect in his body language. This wasn't content for stream, it was admiration from one cultural giant to another. For someone as unshaken as Kai, that kind of genuine awe is rare, and that moment said more than any podcast clip or cosign. It made it crystal clear Kai respects Kendrick in a way that Drake hasn't earned. Not anymore. The streamer world saw it, the hip-hop world felt it, and Drake, who's been trying to win over Kai for months, probably felt it the most. Because sometimes silence and body language say what no track ever could, you lost them. BET Awards didn't just celebrate Kendrick, they crowned him. What was supposed to be just another awards night turned into a coronation. The BET Awards were packed with legends: Stevie Wonder, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, Ludacris, even rising stars like Leon Thomas and Playboi Carti. But Kendrick stood at the center of it all. With each win, Album of the Year, Video of the Year, Best Collaboration, Best Director, and Best Male Hip-Hop Artist, the narrative became undeniable. This wasn't just an artist being celebrated, this was Kendrick Lamar being crowned. And when Kevin Hart joked on stage about the sheer number of trophies Kendrick collected, it only emphasized what everyone already knew. No one else came close. In a room full of greatness, Kendrick walked away with the spotlight, the admiration, and the momentum. This wasn't about a single night, it was about cementing his run as one of the greatest we've ever seen. Kendrick's new era didn't start quietly, it started with a crown. The GNX era just made its first major statement, and it was loud. Kendrick Lamar's latest project wasn't just critically acclaimed, it's now award-winning, with Album of the Year at the BET Awards marking its first big victory. And this wasn't handed to him. He earned it against tough competition in front of the culture's most respected names. That moment on stage, accepting yet another trophy, wasn't just a win, it was a signal. Kendrick is far from done. His grand national tour is selling out, his energy is focused, and now GNX has momentum heading straight into Grammy season. While others try to game the system or chase viral moments, Kendrick is building something lasting, an era, not a trend. And this BET win, it's just the first chapter in what's shaping up to be a legendary new run. The moment wasn't just about trophies, it was about truth. Kendrick Lamar didn't just win awards, he claimed the room, the respect, and the cultural momentum. While Drake watched from the sidelines, Kendrick stepped into the spotlight with nothing but presence and walked out with everything. Cenat's silent admiration, Druski's cold snub, the standing ovation, it all told one story. The culture has chosen its king. This wasn't about who streams more or trends faster, it was about who means more. And in that room, surrounded by icons, Kendrick proved he's not just a rapper, he's a movement. His victories weren't loud, but they were final. Drake's desperation was exposed, Kai's loyalty was revealed, and Kendrick, he didn't just win the night, he owned it. As the GNX era surges forward, one thing is clear, this isn't a comeback, it's a takeover, and the world's finally catching up. Kendrick didn't just win awards, he shifted the center of gravity in hip-hop. No headlines, no clout moves, just presence, power, and purpose. And if moments like this keep happening, it's not just the fans who'll be choosing sides, it's the culture itself. If you're seeing the shift too, hit that subscribe button, because this isn't just news. It's the story of a legend rising even higher, and we're here to break down every moment as it happens. Let me know in the comments, did Kai's reaction say it all, or is Drake still in the fight?